Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the KJD Show. I am your host, KJD. Today, the preseason starts. You got the Saints playing the Cardinals in a preseason game. I'm just going to bring up a lot of subtopics within the storyline of the NFL this year. Sean Payton's got a year suspension from what happened with the Bounty Gate, same as Jonathan Vilma. NFC South has definitely improved. Falcons are always upgrading their roster in some kind of way. They've done a good job of building the roster around Matty Ice, a.k.a. Matt Ryan. The Bucs definitely went after a lot of good players in free agency. They picked up ex-Saints player Carl Nicks and Vincent Jackson from the Chargers. Carolina, obviously the Cam Newton project. Everybody know how that's been playing out. They're building around a former number one draft pick. He showed signs of being a franchise quarterback last year after a rough start, so we'll see how that continues. In the NFC North, there's always controversy going on about the Chicago Bears offense, especially with Jay Cutler. He and Matt Forte suffered some injuries last year, and they stumbled down the stretch. But what's the addition of Brandon Marshall going to do? Everybody knows about the chemistry that Brandon Marshall and Jay Cutler had together in Denver. So we'll see if he can solve any offensive woes for them. Peyton Manning just left the Colts after spending his whole career over there, goes to the Mile High City in Denver. How's he going to play outdoors after playing indoors his whole career? It's hard to adapt from being an indoor player to an outdoor player, especially if you've been playing in that environment for over 10 years of your career consecutively. I think it's going to be an interesting storyline, especially because of the fact that he replaced Tim Tebow, who is now a New York Jet. He's in competition with Mark Sanchez for the franchise quarterback position, being the man over there. And they have a coach that likes to run his mouth all the time, yet very entertaining, named Rex Ryan, probably a vulgar version of former Orlando Magic coach Stan Van Gundy. How are they all those egos going to play together? And then New England, a team that's always relevant every year. I don't like them. I mean, they have their overrated quarterback. People worship him because the media says, oh, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Everybody that's actually talked to me about why I think Tom Brady's overrated knows why I think he's overrated. I'm not even going to waste my breath talking about it on here. Then the AFC West, besides Peyton Manning, you've got Oakland, who has actually been better. Al Davis is no longer around, so we'll have an owner that's not going to command control of the whole team and the operations. Are they going to actually be a better team, or are they just going to go back to the bottom of the barrel? The NFC East, probably the soap opera division of the NFL. You've got Philadelphia, who every year has been hyped up to be the Super Bowl favorite since Michael Vick was named the starter of that team. You've got the Redskins, who's been in limbo ever since the 21st century. Dallas Cowboys, yeah, $1 million team, but nickel results. You got Jerry Jones always trying to demand control of the team. Part of the reason why they're not winning, because the owner wants control, doesn't let the coach, the GM make moves. And then you've got the Super Bowl champions, the New York Football Giants, a.k.a. the G-Men, as in how Chris Berman would say. Every year, they're that one team that's always under the radar. Nobody ever puts high expectations on them, but whenever the lights are on bright, they always show up. So I want to hear what you guys think is going to happen with the NFL this season. Go ahead and leave a comment on here. I'll talk back later on with you guys, especially as the season goes on. I'll provide my insight and commentary. Y'all take care and enjoy football season, especially if you're playing that fantasy football. Later.